You start a diet full of motivation. Your face gets leaner. Your arms and shoulders start to pop. But your stomach? It just sits there, unimpressed, like an uninvited guest who refuses to leave. It almost feels like it's mocking you, while you skip dessert and count every calorie. So what's really going on? Why does your body happily let fat go from everywhere else, but guards belly fat like it's gold in a vault? On today's episode of Hunter's Health Hub, we're going to break down exactly when your body finally starts burning belly fat, and why most people quit right before that moment. Quick disclaimer: before we go deeper, this video is for education only and not medical advice. If you have health conditions, are on medication, or struggle with your metabolism, always talk to your doctor before making big changes to diet, fasting, or training. Most people think belly fat is just an energy tank that needs to be emptied, but it's more than that. Belly fat is hormonally active tissue. It talks to your brain, influences hunger, affects inflammation, and from your body's point of view, it's your survival bunker. Evolution didn't design it to make you look good at the beach. It designed it to keep you alive when food disappears. That's why your body doesn't touch belly fat first. It starts with quick, easy energy. The moment you cut calories or clean up your diet, your body doesn't celebrate. It goes on alert. Your brain notices the drop in energy and tells your liver, "We need backup fuel." The liver responds by releasing glycogen, stored sugar. Here's the catch. Glycogen comes with a lot of water. For every gram of glycogen, your body holds several grams of water. When you suddenly eat fewer carbs and fewer calories, you burn through glycogen and flush that water out. That's why you can lose 2 or 3 kilos in the first week and feel like a fat-burning legend. But most of that early drop is not belly fat. It's water leaving your system. Only when those glycogen tanks are running low does something important happen. Insulin begins to fall. High insulin locks fat in storage. Lower insulin is the green light to open the fat stores. But this usually takes 3 to 5 days of real consistency. No perfect diet until Tuesday and then pizza. And this is exactly where many people step on the scale, see progress slowing, and think, it's not working anymore. In reality, they're standing right in front of the door to real fat loss. Now we move into week 2, the phase where most people mentally fall apart. Your body realizes this isn't just a one-day experiment. It starts adapting. Your metabolism becomes a bit more efficient, like a car switching into eco mode. Hunger hormones like ghrelin get louder. You feel more cravings, maybe more tired and irritated. But that discomfort is actually a sign your system is switching strategy. Instead of burning the simple sugar you kept feeding it, it's being pushed toward burning stored fat. The mistake here is to react by either giving up or starving harder. The smart move is to stay steady. Moderate calorie deficit, enough protein, regular movement, and patience. Hormones now become the main players. Insulin is like the warehouse manager of your fat stores. If you snack all day, drink sugary drinks, and spike insulin constantly, that manager never leaves the building, and the fat doors stay locked. When you reduce calories, control carbs, and create gaps between meals, insulin finally calms down. The manager goes home. The doors can open. Then there's cortisol, your stress hormone. If you grind through crazy workouts, sleep badly, worry about work, and obsess over the scale, cortisol stays high. High cortisol tells your body, we're under threat, protect the organs. And your body responds by holding or even adding fat around the belly. That's why a shredded body and a burned out nervous system do not go together. You need enough training to challenge the body, but also enough recovery to keep stress under control. Push through this phase for about 1 to 2 honest weeks, and your body hits a turning point. Glycogen is mostly drained, insulin is lower, and your metabolism stops fighting and starts cooperating. You become more metabolically flexible. Your body finally accepts fat as its main fuel instead of treating it as an emergency-only backup. The liver converts more fat into ketones, which your muscles and brain can use efficiently. You won't wake up suddenly shredded. Instead, the changes are subtle but powerful. Your energy becomes more stable. You can go a few hours without food without feeling like you're going to pass out. Cravings start to fade. That's your internal signal. The fat engine is now running. We also have to separate two types of fat. First, the soft, subcutaneous fat directly under the skin, the stuff you can pinch on your lower belly. Second, deeper visceral fat that sits around your organs. Visceral fat is more dangerous for your health, but easier for your body to tap into once you're in fat-burning mode, because it's very metabolically active. That means your body often burns the dangerous inside fat first, improving your health long before your lower abs show. The visible belly ring under the skin is usually the last to go. To protect muscle while burning fat, strength training is crucial. Muscle tissue burns energy even when you're resting. The more muscle you carry, the more calories you burn all day, and the easier it is for your body to use belly fat as fuel. Add some interval training for an extra metabolic kick and plenty of low-intensity movement like walking to keep blood flow and fat burning high without spiking stress. Another hidden key is sleep. You can stick to the perfect plan, but if you sleep 5 hours a night, your hormones will sabotage you. Too little sleep pushes ghrelin up, leptin down, and cortisol higher. Translation: more hunger, more cravings, more belly fat storage. 7 to 8 hours of good sleep is not optional if you want a flat stomach. It's part of the strategy. So when does your body finally start burning noticeable belly fat? For someone who is truly consistent, eating in a sensible deficit, prioritizing protein, training, walking, sleeping well, and keeping stress under control, most bodies start seriously attacking belly fat somewhere between week 3 and week 6. For others with more stress, more weight to lose, or a long history of yo-yo dieting, it may take closer to 8 weeks. That sounds long, but here's the reward. Once your body is fully in the fat-burning groove, progress often accelerates. Your belt suddenly needs a new hole, even if the scale barely moves. T-shirts fit differently. You feel lighter on your feet. These are signs that your body is finally using the belly area as a regular fuel source instead of a sacred survival zone. In the end, the most stubborn fat isn't just on your stomach. It's in your habits. Late night snacking, sitting all day, doom scrolling instead of sleeping, eating whenever you're stressed. Change those step by step. Stay in the game long enough for your body to flip the metabolic switch. And fat loss becomes a consequence, not a mystery. This is Hunter's Health Hub. If you want to know what happens when you don't just reduce calories, but give your digestion a full 36-hour break, stick around. Does your metabolism crash, or does it turn into a fat-burning machine? That's exactly what we'll unpack in one of the next videos.